Hi guys, and welcome to this week's pregnancy update, and congratulations if you are just approaching your 23rd week of pregnancy. I've just completed mine and I just can't wait to share you what the last week has had in store for me and kind of the symptoms and things like that. I always make notes on my phone, which is why I always look down in these types of videos, and not too much has happened this week, so this video is going to be quite short but sweet. I'm finding that between, I guess, since my last scan and kind of continuously, other than kind of finding out the gender and things like that, in terms of symptoms and things, like nothing's really changed quite a lot, which is good, I suppose. But it is something to consider if you're also getting to these points and you're thinking like, surely I should have felt this or that or this, then don't worry, because this is how I'm feeling too. So the most exciting thing I suppose that's happened in the last week is the fact that we have both found a girl's name that we both really, really like. I'm not going to say what it is just yet, just because we might kind of change it along the line and I don't want to kind of say anything and then we don't go for it. It's a name that we both really like and it's like definitely a potential name. So I mentioned, I think maybe even in my last video, that Rich has dismissed the girl's name that I liked from the very start, which is like the hardest thing for me because I just always imagined having a baby with the name that I had chosen and that I really liked. So it's been really hard for me to like think of alternative names that I actually like, which is really hard because I think when you've had your mind set on a specific name, then nothing else is the same. But then again, it's, you know, it's just as much my child as it will be Rich's, so we have to come up with a compromise and agreement. So it's really good for us that we've both found a name that we really like, because it means that she's not called No Name anymore, which I mentioned before. We're just referring to her as No Name. So we have a potential name, which is really nice, and it's beginning to like personalise her a little bit more, and that's a really hard thing because now we know that we're having a girl. It's been really hard because I think especially for Rich, who just thought we were going to have a boy, that actually having a name to put to what will be his daughter has been really significant, because it's really helped him almost feel a bond with the baby, and we're kind of saying the name out loud and we're just making sure that we both really like it in kind of all contexts, which is strange because we're saying this name out loud and we're like, that could potentially be the name that we're repeating for like the rest of our lives. But yeah, that's really exciting. So we found a name that we really, really like. And of course, when we get to a stage where we're happy to release it, or if we're 100% confirmed, then I'll let you guys know. But just yet, because we're like, I don't know, I think we're probably like 80% sure, but there's still like 20% of doubt that we could find something else, or we might find it's not right, or something like that. It's really hard to explain, but we do have a name that we both like. Rich also suggested another name, but I didn't really like that as much. So at least we have a name that we potentially may use. We went shopping as well and we bought so many clothes. Like we bought so much that I'm thinking of doing another like baby clothes haul specifically, because I did an early baby buys, which I can link above if you haven't watched that, but that's kind of, that was filmed ages ago, and that's just detailing like the early things that we bought in terms of like the cot and a white noise machine, and I think there was a few kind of gender neutral clothes and the playmat and a bouncer and things like that, that it detailed those type of things that we bought really, really early on. But now that we're buying like specific things, especially as we are buying for a girl, there's so many baby buys that I'm kind of wanting to show you. So let me know down below if you'd like to see a clothes specific haul, because there is so much to show you and we've been given things, and yeah, I'd love to film its own video in itself, because to do it in this video would make this video so long. But yeah, do let me know if you'd like to see that, give it a thumbs up or comment down below, and I'll definitely get on to filming that if that's something that you want to see. So the day that we went shopping and we bought so much stuff, the reason why I guess we bought so much stuff is because our car went into the garage because it had a puncture, which was the worst thing ever. But because of that, we dropped the car off and we walked like all in town and all across the shops and things, and I was honestly knackered. We were driving back from our town to where we live and I could have honestly fallen asleep. I think I was like, you know when you're in that days where you know that you're feeling really tired, and if it had been like any longer of a journey, I definitely would have fallen asleep because I was knackered. I got home, I think I went to go for a nap but maybe didn't, but yeah, it was just, I was so tired. And that's something that I would do all the time, especially before we drove. We would just walk around town so often. It wasn't like more exercise than we had done or were used to or anything like that. That's why we wasn't bothered by it, because we knew we could drop off the car, walk into town, go around all the shops, get something to eat and walk back, no problem. But it really took it out on me. I was having really like shortness of breath, and I even find that now, like if I'm talking to the camera too fast, I'm like, ugh, I need to like breathe properly. And I have found that that's progressively getting worse and worse, which is probably important to note that if you are also finding that at this stage, then hopefully that's normal. I also know people at a very similar stage have also found that as well, so it is common. I know it's like in my pregnancy apps and it says about articles about it and how to improve it, but yeah, that did definitely take it out on me. And something else really exciting, I kind of mentioned last week that although we have confirmation of the gender, and I'm referring to her as a girl because in my heart of hearts I know that she's a girl, but there is this woman at work, and I think I touched on this in my last video, that has two friends that obviously went to the same hospital that I went to because she's local and we only have one hospital, and both of those people were told that they were having girls and then had boys. And there's just been this like anxiety in me that they've got it wrong. I showed you the note that sonographer like kind of enclosed in the envelope for our gender reveal, and it just wasn't, it didn't fill me with much confidence, and it's kind of like, oh, it was suggestive of a girl, and I just feel like that's not like, it's a girl, it's a boy. And half of that is because I think that obviously we wasn't looking to find out, so I didn't ask to see things that I probably would have done so in a normal situation. So because of that, we have actually booked a 4D scan. It's in a private clinic and it's in the nearest city. I think I mentioned this before, but it's quite a while away for us to go. There's nowhere really local that does like private scans, which is really annoying. So we're actually making the journey when I'm 25 weeks and 3 days. So it's probably about, well, as I'm filming this, it's about 2 weeks away. But yeah, it's really exciting. I'm so happy that we have done it because I was really skeptical as to whether it was a waste of money or whether it was actually needed. Things like that. It's just, I feel like, especially when you know you're having a baby, we paid £90 for the scan. It was meant to be 140, but it was reduced to 90. So whilst it was a good deal, it definitely made you feel like you could get something significant for £90 for the baby. So that kind of worried me a little bit, and I thought it's only really for my own sanity that we're doing it. But now that kind of Rich said, well, no, I want to do it as well and it'd be really nice, and you know, so we've booked it, and I'm actually really excited and really pleased that we have. So I'll definitely let you know how that goes if you guys want to know a little bit more about kind of the experience and things like that. So again, I'm happy to film a video more about that when I actually film what will be my 25-week update when I actually look back, and if you want it as a separate video or it integrated into that video, do let me know. But you get basically like 99.99% confirmation of gender, and you can actually look at the scan this time. So yeah, I'm really excited that we are doing that, and the fact it's a 4D scan as well. I never used to want a 4D scan. I don't know why. It used to like freak me out a little bit, and I never thought there was something that I would want to do. But obviously as my pregnancy has developed and I've found out a lot more about scans and things, it's actually something that's really making me excited. So super excited for that. I am on a bit of a countdown to it, I have to admit, because I won't get any more scans now unless like something happens later on down the line, which touch wood it doesn't. That's all of my NHS scans now done. So by having this, it's a bit more reassurance. It's also like a well-being scan as well, so you get also confirmation that everything's okay and doing well and things like that. So yeah, really excited for that, and like I said, I will let you guys know how that goes. And yeah, super excited. I don't really know what to expect, but one of Rich's friends that have recently had a baby said that they kind of went to the same clinic and did the same kind of scan, and they said it was one of the best things that they did throughout pregnancy. So yeah, really excited for that, and I'm so excited. So in terms of, I guess, fruit sizes and all those cool things, In terms of an actual fruit size, I'm still within the like aubergine / eggplant category. So I will be the same size as this for like, I think it's 2 more weeks now. As I'm entering my 24th week, that'll be my final week. But yeah, so it was the size of an eggplant / aubergine. This means that baby's measuring between 28 to 30 centimetres and weighing 1 to 1.3 pounds. And yeah, it's just coming around so quickly, and I feel like I'm getting much bigger. It's a lot more harder to hide the pregnancy. Not that I want to, but some clothes used to do a really good job of not making me look pregnant at all, and I'm beginning to see the bump like superseding those. So yeah, I'm pleased that I'm getting bigger, but then it also makes me regret that when I wasn't showing as much, I used to think like, oh, I just want like a big bump and I can show it off. But suddenly you start realising like the inconveniences of not being able to do things as easy. And I know like getting up off the sofa and things like that is getting more and more difficult. But that said, baby has been really, really active over the past week. Literally, she was kicking so strongly. I was laying on my side. I just had a bath, and then we were having some ice cream, and I think the combination of two, she was just like having a mad day in there. But she kicked so strong that Rich had his hand on my stomach and literally like basically kicked his hand off, and it was so strong and so intense. I was like, oh my god, this is the weirdest thing. So yeah, that's been really nice. I love feeling her move around, and it's just a real like reassurance thing for sure. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for this week's update. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and are enjoying my pregnancy updates so far. Let me know down below if you are also pregnant and when you're due and things like that, and how you found the 23rd week. Definitely like getting really tongue-tied as I keep filming. Let me know how your 23rd week has gone, because I know it affects people in lots of different ways. I love hearing your stories and how you're coping, and if you have any new symptoms that I haven't had, I'd love to know. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and don't forget to not put too much pressure on yourself if you are pregnant. You know, it's all about you, and it's just making sure that you're as comfortable as possible, which is the main thing. And until next week, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!